NFC wild card game. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Bridgewater on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Christian McCaffrey, the ball.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey taking it in. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead.
Panthers 7, Falcons nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. To throw again on 2nd down. Dobbs.
They'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dobbs. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On play action, it's Dobbs. And they'll get this down to the 10. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Tyre Whitehead on the tackle.
2nd and 5 now. Dobbs. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Luke Stalker there to make the grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. To throw is Dobbs. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch something.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Got his target, Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And a Panther 1st down.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To the air again with Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater.
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. He's at the 40. 20. 10.
That's how we do it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
The Panthers out there, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not trying to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
The ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That's good for a Carolina first. Bridgewater to Moore.
Panthers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack there. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Tom Gurley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, Dobbs. And Jones has it over the middle. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. It's running for Rager, but it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Intercepted.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Bridgewater. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Complete. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now. Rifles one that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
4-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
To Todd Gurley.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this throw caught left side. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, Dobbs. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
In the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. From 17 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He's past the 30. He will score.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light to bring it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Dobbs. He finds Kalen Balazs, his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. They'll run here with Balazs. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Dobbs. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 24. Here's Dobbs to throw. Crossing route complete. That's Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
To the ground, this time with Gurley. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 48.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Jalen Rager was the intended receiver,
but it's going to be 2nd down.
I don't want to see what's served, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, wait for Barbados with the hustle package,
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Gurley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dobbs. This ball complete to Rager. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
The handoff.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Thompson.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. But look, this is a team, Charles, they've faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
To Christian McCaffrey.
A big play there for Carolina. 43 yards.
Carolina.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going?
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas there to make the grab. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Bridgewater now. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Falcons 36, Panthers 20. Joey Sly to kick off for Carolina.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards.
43-yard line.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And what are the whistles for? Timeout.
4 yards.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
first and goal. Gurley.
It's over! It's over! Let's dominate!
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Today's final score.
Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just